Are you filming this? Yes. Hello Mayans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're part of that 80% who haven't subscribed yet, subscribe! Check out my social media. As always, the links are down below. This week, I brought back one of my most popular guests, Jenna! Now, why are you back, Jenna?
Why am I back?
We were talking on social media the other day, and off the top of my head, I said we should talk about fingering techniques as it pertains to your juggling. One of the primary ways we get pleasure, I think. Other things we
Other stuff.
Other things, we can get into that some other time. A woman sent me a picture of her fingers.
Just out of the blue?
It had to do with something else entirely, right? She was showing me something, and this woman is a lesbian. I thought to myself, this is like the lesbian version of being sent a dick pic. And this woman had big dick energy.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong? You know, you notice things about like finger length and finger width, and you think, wow, two fingers or three fingers. I don't know.
Absolutely, you definitely do. And I've always had like a thing with like really nice hands. I worked in a jewelry store for a few years in high school. So like I always pay attention to girls' hands, like always.
You women out there, if you're trying to catch yourself another lesbian, pay attention to your fingers. It doesn't have to be like nail polish or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
But just like, you know, make them nice and presentable because they may be going inside rather sensitive places a little bit later, and nobody wants nasty, gnarly fingers up in there. One of my ex-girlfriends used to do this thing. She was double jointed in her fingers. She could bend her fingers around each other in ways I've never seen before. And it was really cool. Like she would take these two fingers and curl them like that. And then she would take these two fingers and kind of curl them like that in a way I couldn't quite do it. You know what this is for, right? This would get you like two fingers in one and two fingers in the other. So a shocker.
This isn't that cute though.
It's sort of like the Vulcan greeting sign. So something to try with Mary.
Yeah.
Mary being her girlfriend. Tell us about fingering techniques you use.
I just got like really hot. I don't know why.
She's already drove up from Savannah.
I usually start with one just to see. That's kind of how I like it, just to be safe.
That is always a good pointer. Start with one finger at first.
That's always a good pointer. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Thank you. Not the Disney point, or even that.
I've done this before.
Yeah. Ask her what she wants.
Yeah, and I know for me, I play it safe with 2 or 3, but usually a 2, a nice scooping, you know, movement.
Oh, yeah. I do that too because you brush up against the G-spot on the inside.
Absolutely, yeah. There's that video on Facebook, I don't know if you've seen it, and it's this like sex education lady. She has this vagina puppet, and she's like, when you reach in, the G-spot is like an inch into the vagina and like upward, and it's actually like a wishbone shape, and it goes like over, you know, the top of the vagina. Basically, if you go in and you're like tapping that, you're tapping the clit from the inside, and it's like very stimulating.
Now for transgender women, our clitorises don't branch that far. However, we do have a G-spot that's in about the same place, so that would also work on us.
Cool. Feels awesome.
Do you use these 2 fingers then when you're using 2 fingers?
Yeah, I feel like I start with these 2 fingers, and then I end up with these 2, and these kind of like go
on the outside,
the lips.
Yeah, because I was about to say that's a little bit of a controversy in the lesbian community.
I know.
Whether you should use these 2 fingers,
and
or
I
these
don't know
2
why.
fingers.
It's like use all the fingers.
Whether you want to use a pointing technique or do you want to use the bowling ball technique? Well, that's what it is. Well, when I do this, actually, it allows me to use this finger to rub against her clitoris at the same time. And believe it or not, it does make a difference. Sometimes this can be a little bit hard to kind of manage when you're kind of pushing in because you kind of stabbing a little bit, and you kind of have to be very gentle about it. When I use these 2 fingers and then I use this finger, it's kind of shaped the same way. When I go in, this will at the same time kind of rub up against her clitoris. It turns out that that feels really good. Just another pointer. How about with you? What is it that you particularly like?
I really like this. I personally enjoy going in from like the back. Really, really, really
From
nice.
the back?
You can like hold everything in the palm of your hand. I'm turning red.
Be honest, I enjoy fingering much, much more than a girl going down on me. Would you say the same?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Okay, that's interesting because most women I think out there usually say that they like when their partner goes down on them instead as opposed to just using their fingers.
I love being eaten out. I will just say that.
Okay.
I need more than that too. So I need like some sort of penetration because I actually get off my balls.
Me too. Yeah. There's some women, of course, who don't like penetration out there, so this wouldn't be right for them. I love penetration.
Yeah,
I love it a lot.
I love like being penetrated and also penetrating. Oh,
It doesn't just have to be your hand. One of the things I've done is I'll basically hold my fingers down around my pelvis and then basically use my body thrust to like push into her at the same time.
I've done that before.
Yeah, right?
It's just like a natural kind of thing.
It's almost like using your fingers as a strap on. Of course, your whole body is slamming up against her too, including, you know, her clitoral area and everything like that, which feels fantastic. When it comes to rubbing your clitoris with your fingers, I need a little bit more than just like the technique I was saying that I used on somebody else. I actually need a kind of...
A sideways?
Well, kind of like a rubbing. I need more like a motion like that right on my clitoris. And yeah, sideways. It can be up and down the length of my inner labia like that. That is really the only way that I've actually really been able to come.
And it's interesting. So like me, I prefer sideways, like in a quicker motion. But like Mary, I love you, Mary, is more of like an up and down, slower kind of motion. Everyone's different. So.
This is my labia like this. I would actually put my fingers on top and push down like that right above where my clitoris is. And kind of this motion actually would feel really good. That's how I came for my very first time. That is the way that I would finger myself. You know, in the beginning, you don't really know what's gonna feel good. The only thing I really knew is that if I touched my clitoris right away, it would really hurt.
Yeah.
Right? I needed to be into it before it would start to feel good.
Absolutely, because it is like extra sensitive.
There's just about an infinite number of ways to get there. Self-experimentation is extremely important.
Recently for me, like if I'm laying on my stomach and like if I raise my butt in the air and get fingered that way, drives me insane.
Now, one of the reasons I brought Jenna on is because she's a juggler. What does that have to do with anything? I'm gonna assume she probably has some pretty talented fingers. She did bring some of her juggling things. Can you grab one of your clubs? She's got her clubs right here. Yeah.
Expensive.
How much do these clubs cost?
These are about 40 each.
What other things do you juggle?
They also have...
Holy crap, I'm gonna hold this.
It's heavy.
I'm not gonna even try.
And it is actually sharp. Honestly, caught me off guard.
Yeah, can you hear that?
I still get really nervous juggling these. It's definitely all in your head.
No, I think it's all right here, actually. This is not in your head.
I'm like, this is fine.
That's pointy. I don't think you could necessarily slice a hand off or a finger off, but I'm sure it would hurt.
Should I make a wrong throw and it hits another one? I'm worried about this.
Have you ever hit yourself in your face with the clubs?
All the time, every day. So.
You see, I did not think of that. Have you ever made a mistake with the blades?
With these, no, because I actually just started practicing with these. Mary surprised me with these for Christmas.
Very nice of her.
Yeah, they're beautiful. But I'm also kind of scared.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Have you ever juggled fire?
Yes.
Okay, so she does that as well. You do this professionally.
Yes.
I will put all her links down below if any of you want to hire her to juggle things for you, not to finger you. You're gonna teach me to juggle a little bit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ariel just showed up. I should have Jenna teach us both how to juggle.
Hey Ariel. I'm gonna throw the ball and hit you in the face. Like I don't think I would trust me if I were you. I know the rule like there's always gotta be 3 in the air or something, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 in the air if you have 3.
Yeah. This is 5.
That's hard too. That's even harder, right?
Yes. That's a new one.
You're talking that she's probably really good at fingering, but she's got a lot of manual dexterity. I got a little short, stubby finger.
Mary's got long fingers.
It's
amazing.
I'm trying to remember which way I'm supposed to throw them.
So you'll start with the 2 in your hand. Picture a box in front of you and you're aiming to the corners.
So this hand is thrown to this corner, this hand's thrown to that corner, right? So it's like that. Look at me, juggling. 2 balls, wow. Oh. Good thing those weren't blades.
Right, left, right, left. You can throw them as high as you want, low as you want.
Yeah, when she does it, it's really easy.
I see that.
So right, left, right. Oh, I'm getting the idea here. Right, left, right. Ah, okay, there you go. I juggled for a second.
I knew you. I
I think with like a couple hours every day for a month, you got it. So nightclubs, and like I don't really get a chance to get there an hour.
That was 6. Was it 5 or 6?
5.
5?
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Show some things you can do. It's like baton twirling though. For those of you who want to see Jenna do this live, she will actually be doing for Pensacola Unleashed at Flounder's Chowder House, Sunday the Pride Party, Memorial Day weekend. We were both about to appear on Ariel's video where we're going to be looking at a sex toy, and I'm very excited about that. If you have a hidden talent, why don't you put it in the comments down below? As I said earlier, my socials are down below, and if you have a dime to spare, consider giving to my Patreon. Please like this video by giving it a thumbs up, please share this video, and please subscribe. And see you around the interwebs.